Edit this video. Okay, okay, I am not gonna edit this video. I am not going to edit this video. Okay, I'm not gonna edit this video. Okay, so, hey, I'm Rock, the oh my gosh. Okay, I'm nervous. Okay, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, okay, I'm really nervous right now. Yes, because I'm trying to get out another video, and I'm trying to make it good quality content, and I'm trying to post more than once in a week because I need to do more posts. I need to do more of everything I'm doing. I literally need to do more. And I have some of my music in the background playing, probably really lowly, and I have my little ghetto corny friends on the phone over there, but the volume's down and I literally cannot hear them, thank God. But anyway, what do I want to say? Okay, there's a lot to unravel and there's a lot to talk about, and I keep telling myself that I'm not going to edit this video because I want it to be completely raw and unedited, and I don't want it to seem like it's fake. I want it to be all genuine, and I'm probably gonna ramble a little, and I'm sorry, but that's that. Anyway, let's get to it. As you see, it's literally titled. I'm gonna make sure that it's titled quotation marks, not all cops are bad, quotation marks, because I really wanted to unravel that statement that like I've been hearing about like a lot recently and whatnot, because like it's like crazy. Like, if you know what's going on right now in the world, I should look at the camera. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. If you know what's going on in the world right now and whatnot, and in America specifically, recently, just like over the long history of America, black people have been murdered and targeted and killed by police officers who have misused their statue, their power, and their position in our country and whatnot. Now, I firmly believe that police and policing is a good idea, and that it's put together so that, you know, people can feel safe, and that we need some kind of force or we need an entity that will keep us safe, especially for the people who can't keep themselves safe, and that's really real. A lot of people cannot keep themselves safe, and it's what it is. So I do believe in policing. I do believe in police, but I will firmly say that I believe, and I am pro-black, and I believe in black rights, and that a lot of America is literally super anti-black, and that police and policing have a long history of anti-blackness, and that the police force in America has a long history of killing black people. That's just true. There's no denying that. There's no arguing about that. If you want to argue about that, talk to your wall, because I don't care. Like, like honestly, like I mean, there's a long history of cops killing black people purposely and people misusing their power. And please note, I'm not saying that there's a long history of whites, or that there's not a long history of whites killing blacks. I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about how there's a long, big, giant history of police officers killing black people, and it's honestly, it's like a trend. It's like a freaking trend, like the mugshot thing on TikTok or whatever. It's literally, it's funny, and it's not even funny because it's like the footage gets leaked, it gets posted everywhere and whatnot. Black people get angry for about like a couple weeks and whatnot. We go all in and whatnot. Next thing you know, there's charges are filed after some slow time. Next thing you know, someone's brought on trial, and then they're acquitted, and then they get to live on with their family after a cop just put his knee into a mother's son for 9 minutes and brutally murdered him in the street like he was garbage, which is so disgusting and so wrong and vile to say. And it's like it's really disgusting. It's disgusting that this happens in our country. It's really disgusting, and it makes me angry. It makes me angry because, one, like, I'm a black dude. It could have been me. It could have been any of my cousins. It could have been any of my family. It could have been anyone. And two, like, it makes me angry because I'm a person, and I'm decent, and I firmly believe in black rights and being pro-black and whatnot. And sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay, I literally just. Sorry, oh my gosh. I literally just hung up on that call just because I wanted to really, really focus, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, look, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. It makes me angry that this happens because of the fact that I'm a decent person, and we should all strive to be decent people. And it's disgusting that a mother's son was murdered in the street like vermin, like not an animal, because animals don't deserve that either, but vermin, the scum, trash, um, like a mother's son was killed. That's messed up. He was murdered in the street. I need to plug my iPad in. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. A mother's son was killed. Someone's son was murdered. Someone's son was murdered. It's like a person was murdered. A black person again was murdered in the street. That's not okay. It's not okay. And not all cops are bad. That is completely correct statement. But that statement does say that not all cops are bad, but it implies that there are some. And there's a lot more than you would think. And that's the problem with a profession such as police. You cannot have even a single bad apple, because one bad apple rots the rest. If you're a police officer and you sit idly by while your comrade has his knee in someone's neck and kills them, then you need help, and I will. Then you need help. I will personally. I will pray for you. I pray that you get the help you need, and I pray that you don't ever serve as a police officer ever again after this day. Period. Like I'm disgusted with your behavior, and I expect more from you, and I think that you need to do better. No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that you need to do better, and you are disgusting. And being a bystander, being a bystander, that stuff's not cute. Like, literally, are you? I'm upset about all this. It makes me upset just to think about all this, and I think that, and I'm sorry. I know black people. I'm talking about black people. You should be upset too. And this isn't some, I'm just gonna sit around and not post anything and not do anything and not donate and not go to any rallies and not do any phone calls and not do a single darn thing, because it could have been you. What would you? Well, like, to my friends, I have friends who are black, and I love my black friends and I love my black people, and y'all, I love being black. I freaking love being black, man. Like, look at this. Like, look at this skin. Look at this. Look at this skin, man. This is look at this skin. Look at this. Like, this is so amazing. Like, I'm brown as heck. I'm so colored. It's freaking amazing. Like, I can, like, when it's golden hour, I glow. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, I'm telling you, like you don't know. Like, being black is such a blessing and a curse. And it's a curse because we're so pop and we're so bad. We so bout it. We beautiful as hell, baby. Like, let me talk to you. Beautiful as hell, baby. Like, what it do? That people want to take that away from us, and it's disgusting that some of those people have been put in powerful positions, and there is a long, long history that does involve slavery and does involve why police and policing became a thing, and how all of this relates to the authority and the government and the President of the United States. But I'm getting a little off topic. We need to do away with the bad apples we need to do away with the bad apples in police. They need to go. Honestly, it's so much to unravel, and I just want to start the conversation and whatnot. And if anyone feels offended, argue with the wall, because I don't care. This is not meant to offend anybody. This is just meant to tell you that these things aren't okay, and it is perfectly fine to be angry. And honestly, I'm angry, and I have my moments where I'm passively angry and actively angry. Like, I'm talking about this and I'm getting more angry, and I'm just like, that's awful, because it could have been me, and it could have been your friend, your cousin, your mom, and someone's son was murdered, and that's not okay, and you cannot be okay with that. And if you, especially if you're black, if you feel you don't have any responsibility to talk about this, to do something, to open a dialogue, to talk with your community, talk to your mom, your cousin, your brothers, you need to talk about this, because this stuff causes trauma. And honestly, like, I'm afraid when I get around police and whatnot. Like, if I get pulled over for, I don't know, speeding, or I don't think I've ever speeded or whatever, like crazy or anything. Like, if you get pulled over, like, being black, it's a scary moment, because if you're alone, you could get murdered. And yes, you could be murdered in so many scenarios and whatnot. But if you want to say that to me saying this, then you're a part of the problem. Like if you want to say all lives matter to someone saying Black Lives Matter, you're a part of the problem. Talk to the wall. I don't care. Like argue. Like I'm glad I live in your head 24/7, bro. But argue with yourself because I don't care. It's completely fine to disagree about certain things and disagree with opinions and whatnot. But what's not okay is to disagree with the blatant and obvious fact that America's police has a long history of negative effects with black people and a negative relationship with black people because over several years and whatnot. But thanks to media intervention and the evolution of technology and the evolution of the bystander effect, people are recording things and things are getting out there, and the media does see it as a big little scandal. Like, oh wow, like this is gonna get us a lot of traction. People are gonna watch us. Like that CNN reporter guy, he got freaking arrested, and this morning they went on a tangent about that and how that was awful and whatnot. And I do agree that was awful. And yes, he was. I want to say he was a black person. I want to say he was black. I don't know. I don't want to misrace somebody because like I want to say he was black, but he did have a usual name that you would give to that you would associate with a Hispanic person. In my opinion, I don't mean to be racist, but that's what it is. Period. I think his last name was Hernandez. I think, and that's why I thought, okay, well, generally Hispanic last name. Maybe he's mixed. Maybe he's Hispanic and black, or maybe he's Dominican, and just because Dominicans are black. Blah blah blah. Anyway, they went on a tangent about that, and I'm just like, okay, but a guy was murdered in the street. We need to talk about that. Like that's insane. Like I'm angry, and I think black people especially should be angry, and that all people should be angry because of the fact that it was a police officer who was hired, who was chosen to do a job to protect and serve, and he did not protect and serve. He murdered a man in the street like vermin, and that's disgusting, and he belongs in jail for the rest of his life. I don't wish the death penalty on anyone. I think the death penalty is unjust and it's not right because I don't think it's right to kill, but I do think it's right for him to serve the rest of his life in jail, and I want that to happen now. And the mayor of Minnesota, Minneapolis, I'm sorry, but the mayor, do better. Like you're like, bro, your city is in shambles because of your inability to handle things. At least in my opinion, that's one of the facts. Like debate with the wall, bro. I don't care. Like, but I wanted to say this, and I know this needed to be said. I know this needs to be said 100 times because we need to do something. You need to do something. You can't just sit around. You literally cannot just sit there and say that this problem is too big and, oh, my little blah, 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 talking about it is not going to solve anything. Well, brother, I'm going to tell you right now, small things have big effects. A butterfly flapping its wings can cause a tornado on the other side of the world. And that's period. No debate. Talk to the wall, bro. I don't care. I want everyone to take away from this that I'm saying straight up. Oh, my phone keeps ringing. I'm sorry. But I want everyone to take away from this straight up that it's everyone's responsibility to do something about this. Everyone's. Especially black people, because our people have been killed for so long, and we need to keep talking about it and keep discussing it and keep wanting reform and keep being appropriate and do what you got to do, like Malcolm X did, Rosa Parks did, Martin Luther King did, all of them. They wanted us to have a better future and whatnot. And if you sit around and don't do anything for the people that back then did everything they could to make sure that you had a better life, then you're disgusting and you're deplorable, and you need to do better as a black person. And to the non-black people of color that love the culture, you love the culture, stand with the people who made it. And to the whites that say the N-word even though you're told not to, and you love to debate about saying the N-word, I mean, you can't say it, and, like, you're racist if you say it. You are racist, period. And, like, debate with the wall. But, I mean, if you want to keep saying it, the least you could do is, call out your people. The least you could do is call out race. The least you could do is call out the injustice that's been happening in America and whatnot. I don't want this being some all white people are evil and whatnot, because I'm not stating that. I'm stating that the police have a long history of negative relations with black people that have led to police brutality, murdering, killing in the streets, like vermin, yes, and many more. This is long. I'm not sorry because it had to be long. I needed to make this, and This needed to be heard. If the lighting isn't great, I'm sorry. I'm not editing this because this is raw. This is important, and I need to be doing a lot more rants, and I need to be doing a lot more. And I would like to sincerely apologize to my Black community and to my LGBT. My phone. Oh my gosh. And to my. Oh my. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's literally already cracked. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would like to sincerely apologize to my Black community and the LGBT folks in the Black community that are continually discriminated against because they don't want to talk about how Black trans women are targeted and don't get the media coverage and are killed a lot. We need to unpack that. But I want to say I'm sorry because there's more I could be doing, and I promise that I will do more in the future, and you can too. And to everyone, please, thank you for listening to all this, but please take this seriously. Send this to your friends. Send this to anyone who you know should be angry. Send this to any of your silent friends, whatever race they are. If they're silent during times like this, that's a problem and that's disgusting. Because if it was me and you were silent about this, whether you knew me or if you were a stranger, is it indecent? That's indecent behavior. That's disgusting. And especially if you're one of my friends, one of my goons, and you were silent and this happened to me, you're disgusting. Don't come to my funeral. Do better. And that's that on that. And I don't know if I said it already, but I am Rock, the anti-pop. I'm Rock, the anti-pop heartthrob. I make music. I take pictures. I make YouTube videos. I try to dance on TikTok. But this is not about me. This is about George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery. I'm sorry if I messed up his last name. And freaking there's so many. All of them, literally all. Breonna. There's so many. Freaking Trayvon Martin. And I know Trayvon Martin wasn't like a police killing, but it was he was targeted because he was a dark-skinned Black man wearing a hoodie and whatnot, thought to be dangerous. Whoa. So yeah, thank you for watching and keep it pushing. And if you want to debate about Black people being targeted and killed by the police for a long time, talk about that with the wall. So thank you very much. And I'm going to press that button now. Thank you. Bye.